This is the work of Sauron.
There's this great dramatic irony in season 2 because the audience knows Sauron's identity, but a lot of the characters don't. So what's it like playing Sauron as this conniving trickster as opposed to the, all-powerful evil entity we know him as in the original series?
It's cool. It's been nice to develop a different side of Sauron. And I haven't really approached him in terms of the manipulation. That is all just a consequence of the script, and I found it more interesting to approach it from the sense of like he is trying to achieve this goal of healing and rehabilitating Middle-earth, and he's trying to bring everyone else along for the ride. And the manipulation comes from that. So it's like it's almost more creepy if it's sincere and genuine, and everything he's saying to Celebrimbor is genuine. And then you see these moments of darkness that emerge when it's just him and the camera, or however it manifests, which I think is really exciting.
I understand that you didn't know you were going to be playing Sauron until midway through season 1. So how was that twist revealed to you, and did it change your performance in any way?
The showrunners brought me into a set, one of the sets in the Northern Waste, and said, well, this is your lair, basically. They told me in a set. And it only influenced my performance in the sense that it gave me a bit more clarity and certainty about where I was heading, which is kind of useful because, I mean, I'm trained in the theatre, and I'm used to knowing where you end and where you finish, and then you paint in between. So it was nice to have that. But on the other hand, there was something also exciting and refreshing about not knowing where the character is going to go. But it did influence what I did in the end, because it just solidified all my research and gave me something deep in the mythology to really sink my teeth into. So yeah, I was very happy when I was told. It was more relief than anything.
Here we are in Mordor. One of the exciting things about this series, we're going to get to see Sauron out in the open, making everything happen.
And Owain, I'm sorry to ask this, but I have to. Like, your costume is like so incredible in the show, but I've heard that Durin's beard was quite uncomfortable. So I'm wondering, has that improved over time, or is it still like carrying a newborn baby?
It's still there. It's still a pain. I'm not gonna lie. It's particularly at lunchtime when you're trying to eat. I find myself, the yak hair. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of, yes, the beard goes down here, but it actually sticks out that much. So I got to keep that down, and also keep that apart. So whilst this hand is doing that, I've got to try and feed myself as I'm doing it. But as you're putting it in, you kind of, the yak hair goes into your mouth, and then you're just pulling it out, and it's awful.
That was very graphic. I apologise to my husband.
In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Region must not fall.
Is there anything you want to tell audiences about what they should be excited for in season 2?
I think you can definitely be excited about the characters' development. Season 1 was very much world building and character introducing. Now the characters can sit and breathe in their worlds and in their stories, and you find out a lot more about them, and it gets very, very dark, challenging, psychological. It's quite a thrill.
Yeah,
this season.
Across the board, I think we are going to see things in real time. The pace is faster, it's darker, there are more thrills, spills, twists, turns, unexpected character shifts, I think. These characters that have been established and that we know and love are really put to the test. And I think watching them navigate through the evil and the darkness that is Sauron, that's weighing so heavy on Middle-earth, to watch us all scramble for survival is a really, really enigmatic watch.